Hi, and welcome to this week's discussion on experience. It seems like more and more nowadays, job seekers are required years of experience, even for entry-level positions. This creates a barrier that can make it feel pointless to even apply. But can you get a job when you don't have the required experience? This situation is called the permission paradox. You need experience to get a job, but need a job to gain the required experience. This is most challenging for people new to the workforce or newly graduated students. Don't let the experience requirement on a job ad scare you out of applying. Employers often advertise for their dream employee, placing over-the-top requirements on their job ad. But that person usually doesn't exist. Coming close to the requirements is often enough for the employer, if you can address how you'll rise to the challenge and gain the missing requirements. Over-the-top requirements can also be a way to screen out those that aren't serious or confident in their own abilities. For many jobs, once you've done it for 12 months, you either understand it or you don't. More years on the job doesn't necessarily show that you're more skilled at it, just that you've been at it longer. An employer considers two things when examining your suitability for the job. One, what experience do you have that will help you excel at the job? And two, what is your future potential? Showing your potential is important when you lack the necessary experience. It can show all the positive aspects you can bring to the role and prove that you can bring value to the company if given a chance. To get around the problems caused by the permission paradox, there are 4 things to consider. 1. Developing your skills and experience. 2. Reevaluating your existing experience. 3. Starting at the bottom. And 4. Networking and acting on opportunities. Gaining a qualification in your area of interest will give you the skills and training you need to break into the industry. But then what? You only have the skills needed, not the experience. This is why it's important to try and gain experience during your studies. Volunteer, complete work experience, or complete an internship. You not only gain skills to show your potential, you gain the experience you need. Skills and experience don't have to come from a past job. Past projects that you've completed can be used to show your abilities. Just be aware that some employers don't put much value in school or university work when it's used as an example by itself without anything else. You may have more to offer than you think you do. Examine all the jobs you've completed, no matter how small. You may be able to match your responsibilities to the new role and reword them to sound more relevant. Starting at the bottom may not be what you planned, especially if you're overqualified. But it's a way of getting your foot in the door. From there, you can show your true worth and climb the company ladder. Use your professional contacts to help you get into a company through the back door. A recommendation from someone who can attest to your skills and knowledge can help you gain an interview and make your lack of past experience less of an issue. If your contacts are able to get you an interview, don't pass up the opportunity. Examine it thoroughly before you say no. It may not be exactly what you wanted to do, but it could be useful in gaining experience and transferable skills that will be useful later on. So if you lack the experience required for a job, but have all the skills and knowledge, apply anyway. You're not losing anything by giving it a go, and it may just be the entry point into the industry you want. As always, if you want any of the information talked about in this video, check out the article on Let's Get Working, which contains everything we've discussed. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below on Facebook, or on Let's Get Working website, and I'll get back to you. Until next time, have a good day.